All right, now these shots are made flying over Newport, Rhode Island, when Providence was up there. Right here, I am making a gunnery run on a ship, but my camera doesn't work too good. Here's some more of Newport, Rhode Island, and right about in the center of that the group of houses there is where we used to live. We meaning my late wife and myself. And then, as we leave Newport, I would leave Newport Harbor. Now we're going to go down into the Caribbean, or towards the Caribbean, down towards Bermuda. Not Caribbean, my aching eyebrow. Anyway, this is a man overboard drill with the Providence boat crew going out there, and you can see the Portsmouth and the Little Rock in the background there. Here's the, I believe this is the Portsmouth here that you see running. Oh, here's our Admiral, Admiral Dyer, George Carroll Dyer, and he was one of the roughest man, but best man to run with at any place I've run. And these are some of the people on deck. This is my aviation crew trying to put a spare float in the hangar. Now, why we'd carry a spare float? Because if anything happened where we'd lose a float, we'd lose the plane too. Here's a bunch of chiefs that we acquired someplace down in Bermuda. There's my plane. And this is the harbor at Hamilton, Bermuda. We went down there for something to do with the chiefs' reunion or something. And here I am trying to ride a bicycle and take a movie at the same time on the left-hand side of the road as they drive down in Bermuda. All this area that you see right now has been developed. That is, houses put in all over the place and ruined the beautiful views that we have here. I've been down to Bermuda quite a few times in the 30 or 40 years since these movies were made, and all this place is crowded up. Now here we are leaving Bermuda. We're steaming out of Bermuda right now, and pretty soon we're going to get over towards Vieques. I guess that's the name of it, where we have our shore bombardment practice. And here we are with a plane coming down, strafing a bunch of garbage or something like that. That's one of my planes flying there. It's a supersonic plane, you understand, supersonic. And they're shooting at a towed spar. And you see some of the shots are not too far away, and some of them are right on the spar. Then the plane flies back there, where we probably will have another shot of the guy coming in, and with my 8mm it doesn't work too well. Now here we have a practicing with our 6-inch guns, and I was going to take a picture and do it in slow motion. This is a Navy secret weapon, the PBY. It was flying around just to see what we were doing, and here's our plane coming into land now. And he didn't do too badly, but they bounced quite a bit. And this is the reason why when we get the planes back to Newport, and the Curtis people came down to look at their plane, they say, we don't ground this plane, we condemn it. Because our planes took one hell of a beating in landing like that. And this guy here and this guy are two of the raunchiest young whippersnappers I've run across in a long time. And they're making like aviators from way back. And here's Chuck Roth, Lieutenant Chuck Roth, in the cockpit of the plane, getting ready to be launched. You can't see much of him. Oh, and the guy that was sort of glancing up here is the nephew of Admiral Nimitz. I love it when the wingtips have vapor trails. Now, the reason why that went so slowly, I don't know, except that I didn't handle it right. But see, we got three ships: Providence, Portsmouth, and Little Rock. Crew div 10, and we're trying our best to do cast recoveries of these aircraft while we are in formation. And here's our plane coming in, and you can see that the ship has just blown tubes or made a lot of smoke just before we came in. They do that anytime they have to change their power settings in the boiler room. Now this is where we did it. One came up on the starboard side. We didn't do this starboard recovery very frequently because some reason or another the karma just wasn't right. Now we're down there off Vieques and shooting, and that was Dick Monnikaisen's hand going there, and that's me. Lieutenant Robert Custer Woodside, U.S. Navy. And here we are still shooting, and I love that business of trying to catch the shell as it comes out. With a 8mm movie, no, you couldn't do it. And I wish I could remember the names of these people here. They're wonderful guys. Chuck Ross is climbing into the plane now, getting ready to be fired. And off he goes. And now we're back to some more shooting. And here's the guy with the flag saying it's okay to launch, and the plane goes off. 32 pounds of smokeless powder, and that was the Navy's answer to sex. And we're down there off Vieques or whatever, down the shooting range there. Since the time of this movie, they've turned that territory back to the natives, and the natives squawked like a wounded eagle that they were finding remnants of powder charges and stuff like that on the beach. But we've been shooting at that target for more than 40 years. In fact, they were shooting at that place. They were using this as a gunnery range back before World War I was over. And the signals are that we are securing now. The plane's coming in for a landing. Once again, he didn't hold it out far enough. He's getting into the rough part of it. Yeah. But now, and as it comes up now, down in the right-hand corner, you'll see the sled that we have to go up onto. See that sled being towed? With a hook on the bottom of the float that when you throttle back and the plane starts to sag, the hook will catch in that place in the cargo net, and you can haul the plane above. Where the propeller stops, you can hook on and be hauled out of the water. And it used to be that I could be the cast recovery would start, and I could be hooked on, go down, and I'm hooked on, get out of the plane, go down, have a bite to eat, come back up, and the plane would be already fueled, ready to go, and away we'd go. Now these are some of the gentlemen that we relied on implicitly for the use of the planes. This is on the forecastle of the Providence. And in the Little Rock, the forecastle look just a little bit different. After all, 40 years or so, do make changes in the ships. This is looking at our wake with the Little Rock and the Portsmouth following us docilely astern. Okay, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes flying off the USS Providence.